Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wen. I'm the CEO of Smarking. First off, thank you everyone for joining us today. As we all know, COVID-19 hit our industry pretty heavily. Back in March, within a week, 90+% of the parking transactions volume just went away due to this pandemic. And we all braced the impact. In the most recent weeks and months, we're seeing signals of recovery. So a lot of parking professionals, from operator partners to asset owners, reached out to us asking help when it comes down to creating that contactless and digital parking experience. A group of industry leaders, leading technology solution providers, got together with Smarking and really wanted to put together good collection of information, as well as some special offers for our industry, for people who need them to accelerate the recovery. So today, we're very fortunate to have 10 leading technology providers in the industry to share with us the newest, latest solutions they have and their special offers for you. We will go through 10 back-to-back 5-minute lightning presentations, and at the end, we will make sure to share all the contact information and the follow-ups with the audience so that you can follow up with particular solution providers that you're interested in. This is essentially our effort as technology solution providers to step up and really help the industry to get back on our foot as quickly as possible. So without further ado, I'll introduce our first presentation. Adam Kriegel, VP Sales East from PaybyPhone. Adam, please.
Hey, Wen, thank you. It's a great honor to be here. As you mentioned, I run the east half of North America sales for PaybyPhone. I'm based here out of North America, here in New York City. So if you see my screen, that's what the app looks like when you launch PaybyPhone here in New York. Same app used globally, but branded to look local. And it has been an interesting few months here in New York. I think just going back 4 or 5 months, we were a great add-on to someone's parking environment, allowing them more insight into their data, seamless way to park, frictionless parking experience, more manpower to push the parking marketing forward. But in these last few months, we've been labeled essential, and we have clients now saying City Hall's closed, but we need you here tomorrow. So with that, I want to give you guys a little tour of the app. No, I don't. Everyone on this call knows how to use a parking mobile payment app. I think most people have probably paid for parking from their phone already, but it's another example of the dynamic label landing page there for Seattle. And if anyone wants any deeper insight to the app, I recommend downloading it directly. It's free. You can go into the App Store, see a little bit more about what the app looks like, load it onto your smartwatch, or just check it out, see how it looks on the smartwatch. And right here, you can read the reviews. And sometimes the 250,000 voices in these reviews speak a little louder than the sales or marketing folk that are paid to promote the app and the service. But and as you see, 539 employees and growing. We have done a great job throughout these times of not only remaining stable and supporting our clients, but continuing to grow our team towards this effort. And a little background on how PaybyPhone became who we are. Originally founded years before the smartphone, the concept was to call and text from your flip phone. And years later, about 10 years later, almost 10 years ago, we installed NFC technology so people could tap their phones and seamlessly integrate there. And of course, it became smartwatch, Volkswagen acquisition, shortcuts through Siri and Amazon Alexa. And the best part about this is all these options are still available. Even paying by text or by phone, NFC technology, this is all still an option alongside of all the newer stuff we're doing with Amazon and Alexa. And that last example there is from the city of Atlanta, using that same landing page to inform their parkers of what's going on and what options or discounts they have through COVID. But this really allows us to be truly touchless and contactless. The ability to talk to Alexa or Siri. Not only aren't we making physical contact with a ticket or a meter or a pay station, we're not even touching our phones and keeping safety first in that regard. So This is my favorite demo to do in person. It's a little different doing this Park at Siri remote. You can't say, hey Siri, while you're on your phone, but when I'm in an office with someone and I can pull out my phone and show this is how Siri works, this is how people are paying for parking, it's pretty powerful. And all the different languages people can talk to Siri in. It's quite customized, and on the right-hand side, you can see an example of how those shortcuts would look from an iPhone. One touch ability to park in a predetermined location or extend your parking. And when we combine the ability to talk to our parking session and use it from a smartwatch, I can't help but thinking about the show Knight Rider, which I grew up on. And I'm going to give you guys a sneak preview at the new reboot of Knight Rider and some of the dialogue and what it could look like. I think the plot needs a little work, but David Hasselhoff looks great. He's really aged marvelously. And this is my favorite slide, probably because of the hair, but I know some people on my team said it would give them nightmares. And ultimately, it doesn't matter how safe we are or how contactless we make the parking experience if no one uses it. So this is one of the things we're really proud of, PayByPhone. The ability to drive adoption, what we're looking at here is 94% of the people in Miami paying for parking. 94% of that revenue is coming in through the PayByPhone app. So it's a little glimpse at some of our locations with increased adoption and some of the ways we do it, from traditional marketing, billboards, advertising, social media, and street teams. I call this copy and paste proof advertising. There's nothing you can do but show up and care. You can't replicate this anywhere else. And what that does is make people see value in PayByPhone, even if we are there's already a vendor in place. They're seeing our ability to offer these features, drive adoption. So these are some examples of Atlanta, up in New England, and Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where we're seeing that. And our offer to the group today is a pilot for rate personalization. So this is an example of paying for parking in Miami, and you can see the residents get a different rate in there than the visitors get. This is our ability to treat each parker as an individual, and everyone can have their own rate and own regulations within the same area and park seamlessly, all controlled by license plate. It worked so well in Miami that they just rolled it out in Fort Lauderdale, a concept we see used pretty widely in Europe. So we're offering that to the group today, valued at $500 to start. We're going to give a free pilot with any new mobile implementation. And I believe that's my time. I look forward to answering any questions anyone has.
Thank you very much, Adam. That is really a very impressive technology and great solution. Thank you. We'll make sure to let the audience follow up with you after the session. Now, next, we have Jeff Perkins, Chief Marketing Officer and Head of Product for Parkmobile.
Great, thanks for having me here. I guess having Adam and I go back to back, this is the bald guys with beard portion of the show. Now, can someone give me access? Oh, there we go. Let me pull up my PowerPoint. All right. All right, can you see the slides?
Perfect.
Awesome, awesome. Let me just go full screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm guessing most of the people on this call know Parkmobile. We had a big milestone last week. We just hit 19 million users. So that was super exciting for the team. We're the #1 parking app in the US, used by about 1 in 13.
Yeah. Seems the presentation went blank. Mind if you reshare it?
Let me try it one more time. Sorry about that. Let's try it one more time. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to go into the slideshow mode, so I'm just going to present it off the slides. Is that cool?
Perfect.
Okay. Like I was saying, 19 million users. We're actually ranked #3 in the navigation of the category of the App Store, only behind some small players you may never have heard of, like Waze and Google Maps. So really proud of the big network Parkmobile has built in the US. And really anywhere you go in the country, whether you're in a city, whether you're at universities, whether you're at an airport, sporting arena, we can get you parked. And so we like to say, anywhere you want to park, any way you want to park, Parkmobile has you covered. One of the big benefits to working with Parkmobile is what we call our network effect. Because we are everywhere, our users use us everywhere. So we have people that are in Philly and they travel to LA and they're using us in LA. And so wherever they go, they need one single app on their phone and they're able to use Parkmobile to easily pay, frictionlessly wherever they are. So really nice benefit for consumers. A great thing for us and a lot of our technology partners is that we integrate with everything. Because we're in so many cities, there's not a single technology stack that we haven't seen. So no matter what you have in your city, no matter what payment processor you're using, gated equipment, enforcement providers, we can integrate with it. And that gives cities and operators a lot of flexibility to change out potentially the hardware, but they can still keep the Parkmobile app as a service to their users. One of the great things about our app that we love is that we provide really two different services in the app. We have the on-street parking, so you pay with a zone number, and then we also let you make prepaid parking reservations both in transient garages or at event venues. So there's a lot of ways for people to use the Parkmobile app to pay for parking very easily, very quickly. In addition to the flagship Parkmobile app, we do a variety of white label apps for cities across the country. So if your city wants a specific white label, we're able to provide that service as well. And it's a pure white label. So it's really a rebranded version of Parkmobile. So you could use this app in any market where Parkmobile is available. And also you can use Parkmobile in a market where a white label is available. So really nice solution. I want to take you through a couple new things that we have that you may not be aware of. The first is a new integration we have with several gated providers. This is really cool where a person can enter a facility, grab a ticket, scan that ticket, and then pay with the Parkmobile app. This is a frictionless way to pay, so you don't have to pull out a credit card, you don't have to give cash to an attendant. Really nice, simple way to use the same app to pay for parking whether you're on street or whether you're in a garage with a gate. Also, another nice benefit, reduces wear and tear on equipment and reduces the need to interact with the parking equipment. So really nice new solution. And you can see we're integrated with TIBA Flash, DataPark, and Amano. So if you have that equipment and you want to try it, let us know. We have been really going deep on parking availability. A lot of our city clients, they are concerned about congestion. And so one of the things they want to offer is the availability to see where open spots are and where there are no spots available. And we ingest data from a variety of providers. Here you could say INRIX, we visualize it on the map one way with these stripes, the red, and yellow, and green, depending on if the spot is open. We work with CivicSmart. We show dots on the map, green dots where open spots are. And on the right, you see with our City of Columbus client, they're actually giving us data and we're coloring the pin. So a green pin might mean it's free. A red pin would be there's not a space available. So really, really nice way to go beyond just paying for parking, but to show people where available spots are in your area and reduce congestion caused by people driving around looking for parking. For those people on the call who might run venues, so sporting arenas or complexes with multiple venues, we have our new solution that really lets you create what we call a multi-venue site. So we do this with the Arena District in Columbus. We do this with MGM Resorts you see here. So if you run a facility that has multiple theaters, multiple arenas, a convention center plus an arena, we're able to consolidate all of your events on one website that's really custom branded for you. And so all of your users can go and they can make reservations on this site and it's branded for you. So it's Parkmobile is the powering the site, but it's branded for you. And then the last thing I want to hit on, which I think is really neat, this is Parkmobile 360. And so for those who are clients, you may have seen this. Those who are not clients, this might be new to you. This is our back-end system where you can control rates and policies and also get really, really high impact analytics and insights that'll help you understand how you're doing with your parking program, how you're making revenue. You can see zones that are going up, zones that are going down. So we give you this. It's complete access for you to do really self-serve, to get the information you need to set the rates and policies you want to set. So the offer we have for you guys today, if you do not have contactless right now in your location and you want to get up and running, we are doing a special where we can get you live within 7 days of a signed contract. So if you urgently want to get contactless in your city because of COVID, we can help you out. So here's my contact information. I think they're going to send in a follow-up, but please reach out to me. We're happy to do a deeper demo so we can show you all of our technology solutions. And with that, Wen, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Really impressive solution suites. Next, we have Kacey Siskind, Senior Vice President from HonkMobile. Kacey. You're still muted.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay, great. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you still see it? Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Okay, I wanted to introduce myself. I am Kacey Siskind. I am the Senior Vice President at HonkMobile. And thank you so much for having us today. We are really honored to be here amongst our peers in the industry. It's really special for us. So Honk focuses on contactless payments. And if you know me, this is a hard thing. 5 minutes is not great for me, but I'm going to do my very best to get through. In any case, we are a complete parking payment system. We cover everything that is required by an operator. So I will start with the most important piece, which is our payments. We have our Honk app, which obviously speaks for itself. You download and you pay. We have a full reservation platform. We have a permitting platform. And most importantly, which is really what we wanted to focus on today, is our latest product, which is called Honk Tap. We also have a very robust business intelligence solution, so our backend, whereby you can review your data, you can run statements and reports. Within that comes your self-service portal, so you can change your own rates, which is great for dynamic pricing. And as well, we have a piece of promo codes. So the promo codes are a key feature. You can create any type of promo code that you need. It can be done by license plate, usage, percentage off, free parking, whatever you want to do with that. And tons of our operators use a lot of our promo codes. But most importantly, we really wanted to discuss TAP, and that's specifically what we're here to talk about. Honk Tap allows you to pay for parking with no app to download. So that's a really important piece. It gives you the same functionality as if you were using an app, but it's more of a guest experience. So it's in line with a parking meter or a pay station, and it's a really simple process. Honk Tap is cost effective. These are smart stations. It can be used by all phones, so Android and Apple. And basically all you need to do is you need to walk up. Again, I mentioned it's contactless, no app to download. You just tap and use an NFC capability, or you scan a QR. It pulls up a payment page, and you are able to pay by using Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, or entering a credit card manually. Here's a little video for you so you can actually get an idea of how the system actually works. Again, as you can see here, it's a safe, easy way to park. You don't need to touch any buttons. You don't need to clean any pay stations. Obviously, in today's day and age, that's something we're all having to look at. So, and it's really frictionless. It's really easy to get up and running as an operator, and it does not require an app, like I said. And it really is the only product available in market today. So we were first to market with this. It is a patent pending technology, and we are super proud of Honk Tap. I just also wanted to mention that it is based, when you pull up the payment page, you enter your license plate, so we can integrate with any systems that you need. What's in it for the operator? This is an easy, fast setup. You can see in this picture here, it can be customized. It can be any size, shape, or form, because really all that's included is an NFC chip and a QR. We can also do merchant validations. So you can put individual tap signs within the merchants. There's a huge cost savings. I mean, probably that's the most important piece. This is an extremely inexpensive way to get your parkers paying for parking without having to use all the equipment. So it's brilliant in that sense. You can manage your rates, like I mentioned before. And then you can consider this as adding this to your operation as additional points of sale, or alternatively, you could run with just Honk Tap. So if you have one station, pay station in the lot, you could add tap signs around it. If you wanted to just add tap signs, that it will function just as a pay station. You can see we have about 5,000 of these live across the US and Canada. Our team is incredible. It's a really fast, easy process to get you up and running. We are super proud of the product and hope that you would be interested. So our special offer today is a limited time offer for basically, between now and the rest of the year, we're offering free tap signs. So we will provide the units. We will provide the units to you. You can see my information is here. Please reach out. You can call me, or you can text, or you can email me. And the units are free of charge. So let us know how many you need. We will ship them out to you. And that's all for now. Thank you for listening to me talk about Honk. And yeah, thanks for having us today, Wen.
Thank you very much, Kacey. Really impressive. Tap to Park. Next, we have Harlan Karp, founding partner from Parknect.
Hello, Wen. I'm just doing the connection right now, so just give me a second here. Can everybody see my screen? See?
Yes, perfect.
Can you guys see me?
Yep, you're there.
Excellent. Well, Wen, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm honored to be here amongst these great peers, talking about changes and needs that are facing the parking industry today in light of COVID. For those of you who don't know me and who aren't familiar with Parkonnect, my name is Harlan Karp. I'm the president, CEO, and founder of Parkonnect. And Parkonnect is a cloud-based park system, different from what everybody else has been speaking about today. They're more consumer-facing. I'm one of the guys on this call, along with Brooks, where we have access control systems. So Parkonnect brings connectivity and mobility into garages, allowing a lot of these technologies and services and digital platforms that you're hearing today operate within your infrastructure. When we initially entered the parking world, we started by having add-on technology to a garage to help the older technology add a layer of new ways of connecting to online revenue channels and everything else. Going forward, as we've moved through the parking world over the last couple of years, we have a full portfolio of products, ranging from full systems, cash, LPR, and everything else. And we have really the ability to cater to garages of any shape and size. Our system, the cornerstone to it is being API driven, opening up revenue channels to a garage for the net result of driving revenues, increasing profits, which in turn increases asset valuation, which is really the most important thing. Now, I want to put a little context around the concept of contactless innovation. And, I'm going to go on a limb here and say, look, is it necessary to be contactless right now? Is that what's needed in the garage? We've been talking in the industry about contactless or frictionless parking for a number of years. And each of these, as you see on the slide that I put up there, has a varying type of CapEx requirement. But when we look at from Parkonnect perspective, where we provide the interconnectivity to a number of platforms, we look to say, what the most important thing right now is to get parkers back in the garage on a sustainable basis. So each of the tech on the side is great, right? They each come with a very unique contactless solution, but honestly, I don't really believe any of these technologies truly move the needle on their own in increasing your occupancy. We offer every single one of these technologies in some form or another across all of our products. But what I really believe is most important is that the garage these days has to be connected to the greater world around you. And that's what the Parkonnect product does. And with our 85 plus integrations and growing, the whole idea is how do you expand and pick up customers from where they are and bring them into your garage? Now, this is not to say, and I know that we're a hardware provider. It's not to say that we're not innovating. We're absolutely innovating on the hardware front. Do we have hands-free ticketing? We absolutely do, and we put it into garages in response to COVID. Do we have BLE? Yes, we do. It's cool and nice, but I don't believe that these technologies alone are going to be driving parkers back to the garage. And so, we instead believe that today, based on the drop in occupancy, the focus has to be on the customer's end-to-end journey. Now, some of these digital providers today have started talking about these things and ways that they can do it, either for on-street, and some of them are going to be for off-street. We have awesome integrations with both Parkmobile and HonkMobile, both who've already spoke today. But at the onset of COVID, we looked at the drop in occupancy and we challenged our team internally to find simple, intuitive ways to get clients back to parking, right? Our goal was to leverage the existing technology that's in the garages. This is the most important thing. So instead of requiring our clients to do additional CapEx and installations in our garage, we knew that we have a live solution that's readily available that we can push software and different products through the system. So our goal was, How do we reuse what clients are already using, paying for, and give them more options in picking up customers? So what you see on the screen is Text Enter. I love this. This is a fantastic product. This is a text-based ePass solution that works on any one of our devices, no matter where it is in the world. It's risk-free to the customer. It's wickedly simple. All you have to do is text the word park to an 800 number, and the person automatically gets an ePass. That ePass can be used at any Parknet location at any time. It's not specific, and it doesn't have a time frame on it. And if it's never used, no big deal. It doesn't impact the garage count. It doesn't impact open tickets. It doesn't impact reporting. But once they enter into a garage, now they're in that garage, and they get a link from the time that they check in to go to an automatic payment portal. Again, that's on the phone, no requirement of an app to be downloaded. And the system works on every single validation within the Parknet portfolio. So be it from web-based validation or to chaser validations, you have the ability to provide any customer through a quick, simple text message, the ability of having a parking session where they control in their own hands.
5 minutes.
You know what we, yeah, sorry?
5 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Let me switch to another slide. The other new tech that we came out with is Parking Cashier. Parking Cashier is a similar onset to what Text to Enter is. What this does is this makes everybody's cell phone a mobile pay on foot station, again, without downloading an app. It's very simple. It's synced with the mobile phones with their camera, such that anytime you scan a Parknet ticket that comes out of a machine, it takes you to a secure payment portal with the ability of applying validations through the phone or typing them in and getting an e-receipt. The other thing that we did is we looked at the parking reservation system that we provide for free within our system, and we decided how can we help answer some of the problems that we're seeing with monthly parking. And so we came up with a few new products on our free reservation system, one of them being Flex Parking, which is really creating a parking debit card, allowing people to buy chunks of time and check in and out of the garage without a problem, therefore giving the operator the ability of applying whatever rate they want to a period of minutes as opposed to a rate table. And similarly, we kept hearing that there was a problem where people wanted to offer specific products to some of their customers that previously were monthly parkers on a restricted basis. So we've adjusted our system to provide domain-based restrictions such that you can offer a variety of products within the Parknet system on your online portfolio and therefore sell what you want. I know I have to speed this up here, and I apologize for going over. Our offer today is for anyone who buys a new Parknet system and installs it this year, they're going to get 3 months of free software, as well as our Text to Enter a Parking Cashier through 2021. Thank you. Give our sales team a call, and we're happy to teach you more.
Thank you very much, Harlan. Very impressive. Next, we have Greg Hughes, Commercial Director from JustPark. Greg.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see your screen.
You can see my screen as well. That's excellent. Okay, so you can see this West Wittering case study. Okay, yes. Perfect. Well, good evening or good morning. I'm here in the UK at the moment. Just going to give you a brief overview of what. Sorry.
Good.
Hello. I think. Can everyone else hear that? Can everyone hear me? Okay, I think we're okay. So JustPark is a UK-based cashless payment provider and also pre-booking solution. I think you've already had enough around that from PaybyPhone and Parkmobile. PaybyPhone, obviously a competitor of ours in the UK. So I just wanted to talk through a case study that we've recently had, which is called West Wittering, which is a beach. I think we all know what this is. This is the dreaded COVID. I think one of the reasons why we're talking about contactless today. And it's been the great accelerant. There's that quote where they say there are decades where nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. And I think we've had a couple of those weeks. So a lot of digital transformation in the parking industry, and we've been a part of that, banging that drum for many years. So going away from that awful image of COVID, this is a spot called West Wittering. This is the Instagram capital of the UK. Yes, that's it. This is our version of Miami Beach, or I don't know. It's the best we've got. But this is where people come to take the fancy photos and post them online. It's a very, very popular destination, and we have a case study around this today. So the problem for West Wittering as there was no international travel, the national beaches needed to reopen. But of course, they were very worried about that because of COVID. They didn't want to use cash, and they didn't have a cashless payment solution at that time. And the local authorities wanted to control the number of visitors because we don't want too many people on the beaches. So JustPark were asked to come up with a solution, which we, of course, did. So first of all, we make spaces available on the JustPark app at the West Wittering location for pre-booking and drive-up. So a hybrid solution. This is the first time it's been offered in the market in the UK, whereby people can either pre-book the location or just pay on arrival at the location by typing in the location code. This, of course, eliminates the need for cash, as in both cases, it's a cashless payment solution. And we're also able to set a cap on number of sessions on any given car park in any given day. This was a use case that frankly didn't appeal much to space owners or garage owners in the past, because why would you want to set a cap on the number of sessions? But COVID changes a lot, and having a cap on sessions was it was a deal breaker if we couldn't provide it. So the outcome was, for West Wittering Beach, in the first 6 weeks, we have had 55,000 transactions on the site. It's a 2,000 space car park with a limit of 2,000 a day. It's actually, sorry, a 4,500 space car park, and we've limited it to 2,000 a day for obvious reasons. They had nearly 500,000 worth of transactions on the site. There was 33,000 drivers, unique drivers, new drivers to the app that signed up to use the service based around this one single car park. On that one single car park, it generated nearly 5,000 reviews with an average of 4.9. So it was a good driver experience. I'd say excellent driver experience. And one extremely happy client, because without the solution of having the caps, they would not be able to reopen the car park, and that would cause an issue. So here is a testimonial, let's say, from the Chief Operating Officer at West Wittering Estate. This solution, we've been told, regardless of when the government changes its guidelines, will continue, because they think it's the way forward to have a pre-booking and cashless solution at the car park.
30 seconds.
We have had a lot of national press regarding this. Literally, it was news, and so the BBC ran this, and there was actually a television segment around it. I mean, maybe we don't have as exciting a life over in the UK. Parking actually makes the news sometimes. We are officially best practice from the guidance from the government now on how to manage beaches in the countryside and coastal areas. Hot off the press, yesterday we won a V-Innovate 2020 award from British Parking Association. That's like the Oscars of parking in the UK. And as far as an offer is concerned, we are talking now to clients in the US and about white labeled solutions for pre-booking and cashless payments. And the first 3 months is free, as we are moving into the US market. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. Very impressive solution story of West Wittering. Next, we have Geoffrey Byers, Chief Product Officer from ParkHub. Geoffrey?
Hi, Wynn. Thank you. Can everybody hear me and see my screen?
Perfect.
Excellent. Great. So who we are, our mantra, never in park, always in drive. This was true leading up to COVID. This is true today as we talk about some new up and coming solutions that we've been working on. Our vision to optimize the world's journeys. This includes parking and goes beyond parking as well. And our focus is a connected platform for parking, not just for event centers, but beyond as well, in a multitude of verticals. Out of our more than 200 diverse customers, we have pro sports arenas, we have large venues, we have colleges, entertainment, we have campgrounds. Basically, in nearly every vertical, we're operating with some solutions that we have had in the market for a while that we've been improving upon, and also some new and exciting features and opportunities that we are unveiling today. But out of those customers, we have had similar problems along the way, or seen similar trends, regardless of vertical. Yield management insight, terrible experience. But overall, this has drastically shifted in recent months due to COVID, because ultimately it's all about the human experience. It's not just that event center, but it's those fans and how they feel and what they think. Out of that came a number of opportunities, namely focused on safety and security and speed of parking, transacting, access control into the venue. So increasing social distancing, mindfully optimizing some of those touch points, reducing friction. These are things that we have had in our mind for some time, but we began to heighten our focus on some of these as we started thinking about how might we solve them. So where we've come from, primarily our solutions oriented around Prime, our mobile point of sale unit, and Portal, our business intelligence tool. Now, Prime is not only a mobile point of sale unit in the sense of just transacting, it's also allowing for access control and collecting data and thus presenting it in our BI tool, which previously was Portal. One of the strong benefits of this not only is some of these contactless solutions around it and ability to process in a future version contactless EMV, but also our deep partnerships and integrations, allowing us to have real-time and in some cases near real-time ability to validate some of these parking passes, some of these access control features. And in contactless today, so in this device which has been out for a number of years, this is basically seen in two main flavors, contactless NFC payments and then prepaid pass authentication. But where we're going, how do we look at those new opportunities that have arisen from COVID and empower our customers further? And that is in a few different ways. Prime EMV, which enables contactless EMV transactions. So a newer iPhone 8 and a Genico Mobi 8500 paired together. It's built on the shoulders of Prime. So again, the low infrastructure, fast transaction times, ease of use. But in this case, it's enabling us to dig further into those contactless payment offerings and lower touch points, primarily around NFC payments, EMV, chip and pin, contactless EMV, and more in terms of digital receipts, again, reducing the human-to-human contact touch points. But Contactless Tomorrow is something we have been focused on. We have renewed focus on this. We're committed to developing these solutions and presenting some of these today. Tap, which is getting into the realm of QR code NFC contactless payments for transient parking solutions. Match, which gets into contactless iconography-based rolling authentication for access control, and then contact tracing solutions as well, just to keep everyone safe. So Tap, think of this as the replacement for, actually before I move forward, last thing is some of these are being built in conjunction with partners. Some of these are being built in-house, but nonetheless, they all have the ParkHub touch to them. So Tap is the response to payment terminals and transient parking locations, ability to tap and scan. We saw an introduction to this via Honk earlier. Match, again, this iconography-based authentication is allowing for access control in the parking lot as well as in the facility, and giving customers the ability to authenticate or deny based on any kind of criteria. And then the last is contract tracing. So giving employees, employers, and fans peace of mind and safety as we navigate these tricky waters with COVID-19. All of these are part of our product ecosystem, Prime, Suite, API, and GDS. Our offer today is a 90-day risk-free trial of Prime and Suite if you reach out to us prior to August 15th. So thank you for the time. Thank you everyone here. Visit parkhub.com, say hello, and let's do business.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey. Very impressive solutions. So before we get into the session, just wanted to quickly mention that we're seeing some questions in the question section. Please write in and we'll make sure to pass all the questions to our speakers today and gather the answers for the audience in our recap. So next we have Chirag Jain, founder and CEO from GetmyParking. Chirag.
Thanks, Sven. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so a brief introduction about GetmyParking. I started GetmyParking 5 years back. Now we are deployed across 2,000 locations in 16 countries. And today I'm going to talk to you about how we can take your car parks touchless in 2 simple steps. So the first step is we connect with your gate. So we have our own gate kit solution which can connect with any parking gate in the world and without any API integration from the parks system. And this costs just $250 a lane of upfront investment. We have all sorts of different access controls starting from Bluetooth to QR to RFID and LPR. And the best part about this is you can do this on your own. It's a DIY installation, takes less than 4 hours per garage. And we can bring all your network onto one single platform. So once we connect all your gates together, the second step is we give you an app. Now, this is a very, very comprehensive app which takes care not only of your reservations, but of your drive-ups and the monthly users, everything packed into one single app. And this is white labeled for you. So you own your customers, you own their data, and you own complete right over your business. The entire platform comes with standard APIs, which you can use to integrate with any other third-party vendor like Spot Heroes of the world. And you can also use it to integrate with your internal ERP systems. I'm going to go deeper into how we connect with your access technologies. So we have our gate kit, which is a $250 device, can connect with any of your barrier, connects with the safety and the presence loop. And it comes with 2 default access technologies. The first one is Bluetooth, and the other one is Scan QR, which is extremely simple to deploy and is very, very easy on your pocket. We do have a full deployment mode where if you want to use LPR, RFID, or QR reader, we can deploy a computer there and add any reader from the market. So we are not a hardware reseller. We provide you a complete software solution to run all of these different devices. And you can pick up any hardware either from 3M or Bosch or a local cost-effective domestic supplier. We connect all of those devices onto our gate kit and make your existing gates completely touchless. So we don't just offer touchless. We are actually much more than touchless or contactless. We actually are offering a complete digital solution to power your digital strategy and to secure your future. So in our solution, you own the entire consumer database. You own the relations with your consumers, which is extremely powerful tool for any business. But how do you go about building that consumer database and that consumer relation? We recommend you start with your monthlies. Now, let's just say you have 20 garages in a city and you have a few thousand contract parkers there. So all you have to do is you have to start using your app to allow them to enter and exit and to renew their contracts. And once they start using the app, they will start using the same credential, which is a universal credential, across all your other locations as transient users. This will build up the organic trust which you need to increase the user base. And any user who, irrespective of whether they're contract parkers, monthlies or not, they could still use the app to enter and exit using any of the technologies to have a complete contactless, touchless experience. Now, this essentially will help you in creating a very powerful value proposition for the landlords, where when you go to a landlord, you don't just offer your extremely expertise in the parking industry and managing the car parks, but also a full digital suite for their consumers, for the corporate users, for the fleet users, for the monthlies. And on top of that, you also carry along a massive set of loyal customer base, which is going with you and which increases the net transactions, which can drive up the overall revenue in that specific location. So our offering to you is very simple. We are there to enable your digital journey. We are your digital partner, and we help you with end-to-end solution. So it's a one-stop shop. And as we say within our company, going touchless is easy. It is cost-effective. It's just $250 a lane, and the the installation will be less than 4 hours. So we don't have any special offers for you right now because our price point is extremely low. I'm sure we would love to give you a demo whenever you have time. Reach out to us, and thanks a lot for giving us opportunity to pitch here with everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Chirag. Very impressive solutions there. Next, we have Brooks Ellis, President of ZipBy. Brooks.
Let's try that again. Fantastic. Thanks. When hopefully you guys can hear me all right. And see the screen here. So first and foremost, I absolutely want to make sure to take a second to thank Wen and the amazing team at Smarking for giving me the opportunity to present some of what are the differentiating points of ZipBy's solution as a tool for your facilities preparedness in today's ever-evolving world. Obviously, there's a ton of challenges that each of you are up against today, and many more that we should expect will arise in the future. ZipBy, for those of you who don't know, is a cloud parks ecosystem with full functionality to enable both a single site as well as an entire enterprise to manage your parking facilities. I intend to show you how ZipBy arms you to tackle these challenges head on with exceptional accuracy, which is super important for us here at ZipBy, and a little bit of swagger. So with that, we'll dive in. So I'm going to assume with today's presentation that you're quite familiar with many of the legacy parks in the marketplace. On the left here, you'll see areas where legacy parks can allow for some opportunity around the parking experience. And on the right, I'll suggest some ways ZipBy powers your facility to stand out amongst the rest, enables you to better control of your facility, and at the same time, all of the features and functions that you've come to expect with your park system. So let's dive in. Touching anything today is definitely going to elicit a sense of concern for many. With ZipBy, there's no buttons to press, no tickets to take, card to swipe, sticker to apply, or validation to touch. Validations, permits, and all sessions are digital and entirely powered by your mobile device. So due to this amazing patented approach to utilizing Bluetooth, you'll experience a level of accuracy previously unheard of in frictionless parking technologies, and it's really fast too. I'll show you a quick example of a ZipBy transaction in just a moment, but to clarify a little bit, the term ZipBy is a verb, and you'll see why in just a second. Next, ZipBy allows for a deep dive into the utilization of your facility, and not just the known users, employees, permit holders, vendors, etc., but also for transients, which is a big deal in the industry and one of the cutting edge components that you get with ZipBy. With ZipBy, you'll be able to utilize our user demographics reporting to determine, say, how many women between the ages of 25 and 30 from the 90210 zip code have visited your facility in the past 4 Mondays and how long they stayed for. Think about that for a moment and imagine how this kind of data will supercharge your targeted advertising. And with that, let's take a look at a ZipBy transaction in the lane. So unfortunateitly, we don't have any paid actors. That was the best we could do, so my apologies there. But as you probably noticed, the vehicle never even had to stop in the lane. At 7 seconds into the video, including the drive up, the vehicle arrives in the lane. 1 second later, the gate's opening. It's all about speed and accuracy without a single touch. So I'll summarize, some of what I said before and kind of add to it a little bit here. But in summary, with ZipBy, you can eliminate the concern your parkers have by enabling a truly touchless solution. Again, no hands required. In that image that we showed before in the video, you can see the equipment as you're approaching, fits right into the lane, fits on top of, or as a standalone system on its own, to be able to perform your park's requirements there. You don't have to touch the app, perform any intricate hand motions, or even roll down your window. It's safe, secure, and hygienic. There's no moving parts with ZipBy. So that allows us to be able to provide a hardware experience that's quite different in the marketplace, and it comes with an equally unique 10-year warranty. It's not a misprint, a 10-year warranty with your equipment. You can go ahead and eliminate the annual budget that you have for repairs and maintenance, because with ZipBy, there is none, plain and simple. Accuracy is important. I talked about that. You can depend on ZipBy to get it right every time. Not most of the time, not as long as the weather conditions are correct or the lighting is perfect. It's every interaction, every session, every time. It's the ragu of parks. Thanks, Gwen. It's the ragu of parks. If you need a feature to manage your facility, it's in there with ZipBy. With features built in like monthly parking or permit management, reservations, analytics, lane monitoring, all the way down to the device level in the lane, and all of this at both a site as well as an enterprise level for a view of your facilities. With ZipBy, you can leverage all of your assets collectively to create more value for your parkers. And lastly, there's no more excuses. ZipBy works as a standalone solution, as I said, or alongside any parks. It ensures you capture 100% of your revenues, even when the gates are lifted or broken off completely. And it's autonomous vehicle ready right now. Talk about future ready tech, right? That's it. That's all I've got for you today. As a special offer, though, for today's audience and for a limited time only, contact us and mention the Digital Solutions for Recovery presentation, and we'll directly finance your equipment for you to allow you to take advantage of this amazing solution today without having to commit precious capital at such a difficult time. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to introduce you to ZipBy and how it can enable you to provide a safer and more enjoyable parking experience for your parkers. Thanks, Gwen.
Thank you, Brooks. Thank you very much. Really generous offer, and you just zip in and zip out. Next, we have Geremy Rodamer, Director of Concepts from TES. Geremy. We can't hear you.
Yep, that would help. There we go.
Perfect. Yep.
Let me share my screen with you. And can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So again, thank you for the opportunity. I'm really excited to showcase kind of who we are and what we do, and also share why some of the clients around the world continue to choose to work with us. So obviously, you know, going cashless and ticketless, they are very hot right now. That's something that's very in, and with COVID changing everything that everybody does, the uncertainty of the business world, the uncertainty of customers, clients, not knowing what's next or what the next experience is that they should have to present, has people uneasy. And a lot of these companies that we're seeing that we work with, they're pivoting. So they are changing to different ways that they've never done before, or doing things in a different way. And that's really where TES comes in. So from the beginning, we've determined that we want to make everything as simple as possible, make it extremely easy from beginning to end. Our ability to white label guest experiences and brand them to our clients with their logos and information, it's certainly unmatched in the industry. We don't want to be, sorry, looks like you're seeing this screen here. There we go. Are you seeing this now? Sorry about that, Win.
Yeah, go contactless, cashless, and app-free.
Perfect. Sorry about that. So again, we don't want to be the Wizard of Oz. We certainly want to be the man behind the curtain, and we prefer to actually be the engine that powers kind of the guest experience. So, you know, when you ride in a car, you remember the paint job, you remember the motor, the smells, the feel of the exhaust. You know, those are moments that really stick out to people when they have unique experiences. So you don't always remember what's under the hood, but that's exactly how we like it. We want the experience to be to our customers. We want that particular experience to be yours. We want the data to be yours so you can own it as an operator. So we are paperless, we are cashless, we are appless. No one has to download anything, not with just one product that we offer. Actually, it's with every single platform that we do. So we try to keep things simple, white label it to the guest experience, streamline communication, simplify auditing, increase accountability and transparency, regardless of who's actually operating the particular environment. So SMS Valet, we were the pioneers of the paperless, ticketless valet platform. We predate smartphones back to around 2010. From an integration and a feature standpoint, we are unrivaled. SMS gives parkers the ability to do a number of different things from their smartphone. They can request their vehicle, pay, they can tip, two-way communicate, and so much more. And then from the bones of SMS, we've really created a parallel experience from outside of the box thinking for example, hotels. We have a paperless bag tracking capability. For malls, we have hands-free shopping that allows people to shop and have their bags delivered to their cars. So as far as our platform goes, we're extremely innovative in everything that we do. Text to Park is a self-parking platform that we've created. It's been around for a number of years now. It's directly for monthly parkers as well as transient. We have an extremely dynamic and market superior billing capabilities that we're finishing right now. It's called Permit to Park. But it's really about keeping it simple. So allowing people to text, enter their license plate, choose their parking rate. So again, we white label the entire experience to our clients because we want them to own it. There's no expensive hardware to install, to maintenance, to service. Though we do work, we do integrate in with those parking providers who do find that platform necessary. We're also seeing a lot of after hours and part-time lots that can be converted into revenue. So that's just a unique way of going about, generating additional revenue outside of what you typically do. And then we obviously have a very comprehensive enforcement tool that we include at no cost to our providers and to our clients. So that really, really helps streamline the enforcement side of our platform. Text for Service is another platform that we do. Again, it's no apps. It's essentially a requesting beacon for our particular customers. It gives customers the ability to request anything they want to right from their smartphone, whether that's general services like check or AV support or security alerts, or it's as specific as merchandise, food and beverage delivery, food and beverage pickup. You can pay by your phone, you can have your account billed, you can pay in cash. Staff is notified in real time from their devices, and there's benchmarks that really help management understand KPIs for improving sales and services. So that's used in every different environment, from stadiums, country clubs, resorts, food trucks. And then the last is our target ad network. This really is a way for local and national brands to connect with guests. So here's what we know. We know guests that use our platforms are physically on your property. We know that they're using their phones. Our geo-targeted approach increases visibility, and we have static banner ads that are from the guests that allow them to have a call to action. So Target Ad Network really gives clients the ability to generate revenue and gives businesses the opportunity to explore new and unique ways to share content or give public service announcements. And our self-service portal tracks all the volume and activity. So that's really our entire platform, our folios of what we have to offer. If you do call us, let us know. We have offices all throughout the country. We'd love the opportunity to share more about any of these platforms with you. We are going to be, if you mention the Smarking team in your inquiry, we'll be willing to waive the setup fees for the next 60 days. And we do have, just because of the platform dynamics, we have a number of other promotional offerings that we're going to be making. Just let us know, and we'll be more than happy to present those to you and your team. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Really appreciate the presentation. Last but not least, our very own Cassius Jones, our head of national accounts from Smarking. Cassius.
There we go. Can you guys hear me and see my screen?
Yep, not in presentation mode yet, but
awesome. Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. My name is Cassius Jones. Like Wen said, I'm the head of national accounts and customer success here at Smarking. I'm going to be taking 5 minutes here to talk to you about one of the new features we just released. We call it our industry benchmark. First things first, though, just a little bit about Smarking. Smarking is the preeminent provider of business intelligence and yield management software for folks who own and manage big portfolios of parking assets. We build our business intelligence and yield management solution by integrating data from all of your parking technology systems. I'm talking about parking access and revenue control systems, meters, mobile payments, online reservations, you name it. We take all these data streams, integrate them into a single platform in order to enable business automation, keeping your expenses low by manually automating manual processes, business intelligence, using the data to make better business decisions, and yield management. How can we leverage this data in order to make smarter pricing and inventory allocation decisions designed to increase revenues? In order to deliver this value, we've built out the industry's leading suite of partnerships, currently integrated with more than 50 different systems to enable real-time data monitoring holistically across your portfolio. The vision at Smarking is to apply the same yield management technologies that the airline and hotel industries have been so adept at using, and really just apply that playbook to parking. So all the interesting things that those industries do around variable or dynamic pricing and really targeted oversell ratios, we think we need to bring that into parking, and we think that our software is powering that revolution. So why does the parking industry need a benchmark? Well, first of all, benchmarking is really common in other industries, but parking asset owners and managers currently have no quantitative or holistic understanding of key metrics inside the parking industry. Because there's no quantitative understanding of these key metrics, there's no way to measure those market trends and project out those trends in order to make business decisions. Last but not least, without the market data, there's no access to data in order to understand how your locations in your portfolio is doing relative to the market. So the Smarking Industry Benchmark tackles these challenges head on. It allows clients of ours to leverage the industry benchmark tool to understand market trends across more than 2,000 locations. Outside of our national benchmarks, we also have on-street and off-street, as well as several sub-regions. With the industry benchmark tool allows you to measure and project those trends out. So we're giving you information day by day, week by week, and month by month to really at your fingertips to really track and project where the market is headed. Given that we're in this unprecedented COVID-19 era, every single day, every single week gives us more insight around what our new normal might look like. Last but not least, the Smarking Industry Benchmark allows you to compare how your locations are doing relative to the market. And with that, I figure I'll just walk you through how we might use the industry benchmark tool. When you can see my screen?
Yes.
Fantastic. So what we're looking at here is our industry benchmark tab right here in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. We're taking a look at our national off-street benchmark for contract and transient parking, basically in this crazy year we call 2020, and we're taking things on a weekly basis. This benchmark is incorporating data from more than 850 locations, so a really great sample size to understand how the market is doing. You can see here in the first couple of weeks and months of 2020, things were off to a great start in the parking industry. We were up anywhere between 15 and 20%. The story starts to change though in the first week of March, and really as the virus starts to spread, the week of March 16th, things really locked down. You can see that the low point of the industry was these first 2 weeks in April, the week of April 6th and the week of April 13th. Parking revenues were down at 93.77% on average. But the industry has been slowly recovering since then, particularly the weeks from May until early June, we saw a pretty healthy clip. But if we've been paying attention to the headlines, right, we know that we're experiencing this second wave of COVID-19 going through especially our southern and western states. And so this growth has started to level off in these last weeks of June and early weeks in July. So now we know where the market is. We can also use this to understand where things are going. So even though cases are rising across the US, it's pretty safe to say that from this projection, I don't think we're going to go back to the depths of the crisis back in April 6th. So from a projection standpoint, we can let all of our interested stakeholders know that maybe as we ride out the second wave, we can expect continued revenue declines around 65% or 70% until things start to get under control again. Last but not least, let's take a look at how our own location is doing against the benchmark. So
30 seconds.
The first thing that I can see when I look at this screen is that for the most part, it seems to be a very similar story. We were doing pretty well at the start of the year, and then obviously the pandemic has had its impact. But a couple of things stand out to me about this location. Here you can see through this stretch, it looks like our garage was a little bit more resilient than the industry average. This is interesting to me. We're beating the benchmark by about 8.79%, 8.92%. The other really interesting thing that stands out about this chart is these last 2 weeks here. So you can see over the last 2 weeks, we're beating the benchmark by 10% and by 9.6%. If I'm the owner or manager of this garage, I would really want to dig in and find out what's changed over these last 2 weeks. Who's coming? When are they arriving? How much are they paying? Chances are the way that people are utilizing a parking facility now and over these past 2 weeks is very different than what it was in January. So let's make sure that we're pricing these folks correct and maximizing the revenue from the demand as it comes back. That's all I've got. Oh, one last slide. Sorry about that, team. If you're interested in learning more, here's what we can do for you from an offer perspective. We're willing to offer the industry benchmark tool for free for a lifetime for select qualified locations. This means if you've got a specific brand of parks or mobile payments or what have you, we'll be able to onboard that data and give you the industry benchmark tool free of cost. The last thing that I want to mention, team, it's not just the consumers who deserve an exceptional contactless experience. Parking professionals and asset owners need and deserve powerful remote management technologies for you guys to understand what's happening, when are people coming, how much are they paying, and optimizing the way that we structure our rates and our inventory allocation and our pricing around those parkers. If you're interested in learning more, you can contact our colleague Sarah, who set up this webinar. Thanks so much, Sarah. She's at sarah@smarking.com. For sales inquiries, you can go ahead and reach out directly to me. I'm at cassius@smarking.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cassius. Appreciate the presentation. So I wanted to thank everybody, audience and the speakers, for staying a few minutes over. And again, this is really our efforts to put all the good solutions as well as the good offers into everybody's toolkit, so that in this recovery phase, we can all work together and come out of this pandemic together, stronger as the parking industry. So as we mentioned earlier, there will be a full recap sending to all the attendees. And this is really the start of many more sessions to come. So if you're interested in learning more about our sessions, stay on top of the newest, subscribe our newsletter on smarking.com, and we'll make sure you receive all the good contents and offers on the market. Again, thanks to everybody. Thank you all the speakers, and hopefully soon we can all come out of this together.